Let's talk about a Droid iPhone game from my pal Sean Baby.
Yeah, I'm not. It's interesting for us to actually kind of discuss and review a game on here, and I'm not sure why we picked this one. Probably because of the Sean Baby connection.
Yeah,
but I love collectible. Yeah, I love collectible card games. Calculords. It's a collectible card game, and it's lane-based combat.
3 lanes.
So there's 3 lanes, and at the end of each lane is a base, and what you do is you play cards, and those put units in the lanes. And the lanes move every turn. And when they collide with other units, they do battle.
They have hit points, and basically they have hit points and attack points. They have different attributes.
Right. Some have specials, some special abilities.
There's tactics cards, just like any other card game.
Which is an effect card, buffs and stuff like that. What's interesting about this game is... I'm going to try to keep myself limit myself to rambling. 2 points. This is a free-to-play game.
It's free-to-play.
I just want to mention that real quick.
Which is
okay,
nice.
So 2 points. 1, the way you play the cards is phenomenally clever and unique. It's called Calculords for a reason. You get numbers, and you get the operators for addition, subtraction, and multiplication. No division. And all of your cards have a number attached to them. Yes. And if you get that number by using the number cards that you have, you can play it. Now, if you use up all your number cards, you get a second set of number cards so that you can keep playing cards on into your turn. Once you've played all the cards, you hit fight.
The turn's over.
And the turn's over, and any
they
clashes
advance
occur.
on the lanes. If they meet the enemy, they fire upon them.
If they meet the base, they do damage to the base.
And then the defensive cards fire back when they're attacked on.
Right.
So this is what's interesting is, yes, you get random. You get 9 random numbers. You get up to 6 cards.
6.
I think you start with 5 until you earn the 6th one when you level up. But yeah, so what's interesting is that, yes, you have to think. It actually encourages some logical thinking because it's not always easy to get rid of your cards.
No.
And then plus, we talked about this before, you have 6 cards to play. In order to get rid of them in the basically 2 sets of 9 numbers, you really should get rid of at least 3 on the first set of 9 numbers. So to come up with a calculation, and these aren't just like 10 and 13, 44, 52, 83, 95. I think one card is 115. It's a mutant card you're stuck with. You have to play, or 111. You have to multiply and divide with
there's no division.
Okay, subtract. I mean, well, it's division in a way, but anyway. But the fact of the matter is, you have to come up with logical reasoning behind getting these numbers to where you want them to be, again, with having no other numbers appear when you use them up on your cards. And so, even if you start up slow, at least for me, I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? You get good at it after you keep playing it. Your mind gets used to it, and after a while, you're finding yourself coming up with it's problem solving.
Right.
It's fun to begin with. Sean Baby designed the game, and he drew all the cards, and obviously his humors throughout there because of the sayings of the enemies, which is funny. They all personalities, and even how the cards look, and his signature's all over it. But yeah, it's entertaining, and yet you do learn a little bit. Even if you're not really good at math, it'll teach you to get better at it.
Right. So that was the last. So the other couple points. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I hate math, but the game's a lot of fun because it's math in a unique way. The other thing I wanted to say, though, is the whole free-to-play thing is normally a huge turnoff for me because it's never free to play.
Sure.
This game appears... Now, Pat's played further than I have, but...
I've beaten it.
Yeah, he's beaten it, and Pat didn't spend a red cent.
No.
You don't have to spend anything. What it more is anyone who's ever played an LCG, a living card game from like Fantasy Flight or whatever, what he has made available are a couple of packs where you know exactly what cards you're getting. It's not a booster. It's not like other card games on the phone where you get random shit and they just want to take you for the money. It tells you exactly what cards you're getting to add to your pool.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 packs of like 5 or 6 cards each, and it tells you what the powers are, what the cost is. But like I said, there's 7 enemies. You have to beat each enemy 2 or 3 times to advance to the last one, who's called Hate Bit, which is funny because Hate Bit speaks in like English, and he's just like an 8-bit face, and it's funny because every turn they'll taunt you, or if you're spending too much time, they'll taunt you with things. But it's not easy. It's not an easy game. You have to think logically. There's one enemy who's the third to last enemy, I believe, that will always use a tactics card to shut down one lane, so you can't deploy units that lane, which means you can't really defend it unless you get a tactics card or some special card. So that means it's like a race against time, or you have to be very smart. So the enemies do act a little differently, which is nice.
I believe all the in-app purchases in total add up to about $10.
Even if you wanted to do that.
Even if you wanted to, which if you enjoy it is more than, which I think is more than fair enough, and I think it's a really well-made game. My thing is, I may buy a pack, or I may, just to check them out. Well, no, because they're different cards. I may trust two, but my thing is here's the big problem. The game has no multiplayer. Yes. If the game had multiplayer, I would buy all the card packs in an instant just to give myself more...
We'd be playing
during
the day.
Just for more deck building, options.
But you can build a deck by... When you defeat your enemies, you get 1 or 2 cards. If you go back and defeat the same enemy, you'll get 1 or 2 cards. It could be the same ones. It could be different ones. So I've beaten every enemy probably... Besides Hate-Bit, which is the last one, who's extremely difficult, I've only beaten twice. And probably lost about 12 times. So it's difficult. But I've gotten some... I have a good deck. I have like 120-something cards. I think I use a deck of about 103 because there's some cards I don't like.
Well, that's insane.
What, that many cards? I don't know much about this world.
Yeah, you really
I should pare it down more?
If it says the minimum is 30, you always go for the minimum.
Does that mean you can reuse the cards? Do they come back into the deck after they're gone?
You just use the best cards you have. I don't know how they do it in this, but like in Magic is 60 cards. No one, I can't say no one, but for the most part, everyone is going to play with 60 because
there's not more than 10 moves.
Because what you do is you as you get more cards, you put the best ones in. You don't want to have to keep pulling your crap cards to get to the good ones. You want your deck tight and focused, and that's any card game.
So you can't run out then. What if you run out of cards? Then
well,
you lose?
No, you can. I mean, for instance,
I've done more than 10 turns is playing this game.
For instance, in Netrunner, if you're playing Corporation side and you lose all your cards, you die. That's a tactic that another. Yeah. But there's far more negative to having more cards than you need than less.
Okay, try to beat the last couple guys with 30 cards and see what happens.
If you build your deck right, you probably should be able to.
You're not. I'm just telling you, you're not. You're gonna be struggling out every tooth and nail, especially since there's cards like. There's a card that you can be used against you multiple times against I think the captain, what's his name, or the General Brack, or whatever his name is. He uses the offensive shout, which gets rid of all your offensive unit cards. So you'll be stuck with 1 card for some turns, or 0. All of a sudden, those 5 are gone or 6 are gone. Yeah, but he does that multiple times.
That's going to happen no matter how many units you have.
Yes, but what happens then when you run out of cards? If you only have 30 cards,
he only has a. I don't know. Look, all I know is I've played card games plenty. Okay. You always want you almost always want the smallest, most precise deck you can build.
The computer hasn't run out of cards yet in any game I played. And like I said, I played a game yesterday against Hate-Bit, the last guy, and I probably sent at least 50 units his way.
No, we'll see.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
We'll see as I get further.
Well, you'll see. But it's a fun game. I haven't bought it. My deck is nice. But yes, Sean Baby, if you're listening, maybe we'll interview him about it. Because I met him at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. He was like 30 feet away from me the whole time promoting the game. I think at the time he was actually thinking about having a price on it, or maybe not. But he was a nice guy, and he explained the game to me. And honestly, I'm the type of person that unless I play it, I have no idea what's going on. He explained it to me, I don't understand it. I honestly was like, okay, that sounds cool. I don't understand it. Yeah, once I played it, the tutorial, it's fine.
Yeah, and I think we can.
And you can also even edit the numbers that appear for you to do that. But that gets into a whole
level of strategy that my non-math brain just doesn't have. But yeah, we can leave it with that. I think really
it's worth checking out.
You've heard us talk about it. Really the best thing you can do is it's free. Download it. It's not going to beg you for cash. Just play a couple rounds. You'll enjoy it. You'll understand it way better than we can describe it.